All right, folks, Samori Benjamin and Bill Rhoden.
All right, Frazier is down.
Yep, Samori and Bill back here from the Garden at the Knicks. Lose again to Indiana. They fall down now 0-2 in this best of 7 game series. Bill, not looking good.
Looking bleak.
Yeah.
Looking bleak. I don't know which is more heartbreaking for the Knicks fan. The last game when they thought they had it and they lost it. And this game, I don't know, man. I never got the sense that the Knicks were like in any kind of control.
Mm-hmm.
So it's bleak, man. I mean, I was thinking about going to Indianapolis.
Right.
I don't know if I'm going there for a burial
right.
or what, man. But
right.
it's, Indiana's good, man.
Indiana's good, and we knew that coming in. A lot of people kind of slept. And the Knicks, I've been saying for a long time, they never won a playoff series ever when losing game 1 at home. So we definitely could look back at the series later and see that game 1 may cost them. And how do you think that, they responded early after that tough loss in game 1?
Well, I mean, they came out like you'd expect them to come out. I mean, but the bottom line is whatever the final score. They took the final score down already.
114-109.
Okay, man. When does training camp open for the Jets? Is that anything to look forward to? The Jets and Giants?
Yeah.
Oh my
Not
God.
At all. Not at all.
Oh my God. Maybe we should move New York to like Kansas City or something.
Yeah. I mean, the baseball teams right now are doing good, but the Knicks. What do you think about Karl Anthony Towns? He was benched for a large part of the fourth quarter. He finished with a minus 20 in the game. Yeah. Mitchell Robinson had a plus, so how about that?
The whole thing is just disappointing. The fact that, you saw in the Minnesota series where they benched
Randall last night.
Randall, and this is the guy, and Randall got traded for Karl Anthony Towns. So I guess you're saying it's a wash.
Yeah.
And then Robinson, the whole free throw thing. I mean, I know that's another subject for another day, but you're a professional basketball player, and that's kind of all you do is play basketball. You think that, free throw, you can't be that kind of liability. Where teams like they hunt Luka, and they hunt Brunson, and then they hunt Mitchell Robinson. So I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. Are the Pacers that good, or are the Knicks that flawed?
Right. And these two teams are very close, and I said it's hard to beat a team 5 times, so you lose. You give away game 1, you still got to win 4 times, so essentially you got to beat them 5 times now, and we knew these two teams would be very evenly matched, and this game right here was very close, but the Knicks were not able to come out on top. Game 1 was their game that they blew, so now going to Indiana, Sunday night, game 3, do you think the Knicks have any shot of making it back here with it still being a series?
Honestly, no. I mean, I wouldn't say stunned if they came back here having won 1 game, but I would be surprised. I mean, the way Indiana was in, and that stadium, if you've ever been to Indiana, you think the Garden or something.
Right.
Man, they got the race car noise effects, the fans going berserk.
Yeah.
And then they got everybody's going to be wearing gold, which I always thought was kind of bizarre. Man. I mean, I always thought, when you go to these like Oklahoma City, Dallas, all those places where they all wear the same colors, I always think it's kind of like weird and cultish. But to answer your question, I will be surprised if the Knicks. I'll kind of be surprised if they come back here at all.
Is there any one thing or one player here tonight on the Knicks who you think could have done more that could have made the difference here tonight?
I mean, Karl Anthony Towns. I guess thing with Cat, man. We got a good player and all that, but I mean, it just seems like he's kind of a front runner sometimes. With all the. You saw the other day, game 1, he hits and he's gesturing to the neighbors and gesturing here and doing ice water, just all that too early, too soon. And then of course we saw how at the end of the day he's getting benched.
Yeah.
So I mean, clearly I think he could have done more, but it's just collective. Maybe they just, and I know people are going to start going back to the minutes and are they playing them too much and all that. I don't know. I just think that. Maybe they're just a flawed team. They're not a championship team.
And we know that not too many teams have come back from 0-2 down to win a best-of-7 game series. Definitely not with losing the first 2 games at home. Think back to the Houston Rockets when they were in their championship years, 94, 95. One of those years, they lost the first 2 at home against Berkeley and Phoenix, and then went to Phoenix and still they won 2 and ended up winning the series. But that's very rare. So hopefully, we'll be able to be back here for a game 5. So you're not sure if you're going to go to Indiana yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of like if I'm 50-50 right now. I was going to drive there, do a couple of these kind of hits along the way, but I don't know. What do you think? Is it worth it?
You know what? Hey, that's a tough question. You don't want to go there for the kill. You don't want to go there. I went to LA in October for the first 2 games of the World Series, and the Yankees lost both games, heartbreaking fashion. So it wasn't fun flying cross country just for that. So Knicks Indiana game 3. You know what? They got a shot. The Knicks. One thing about them is they've only lost 1 game on the road in the playoffs this year. They've been very shaky at home this year. They lost. This is like their 5th loss at home so far in the playoffs. They've lost just 1 time on the road so far. So that's the one maybe saving grace that Knicks fans can try and lay their hat on and have some hope with. But it's going to be very difficult.
I'll let you know. Last question, Marcel. Are you a fan of these guys? Did you say yourself when you were born and raised in New York? Are you a fan of these guys?
Yeah, I try and keep professional, when I'm here and all that. But I'm definitely, grew up a Knicks fan. My first year where I became very passionate about them was Pat Riley's first year, 91-92 season, and the whole 90s. I lived through the heartbreak, so I know you were raised in Baltimore, so you didn't grow up being.
No. I was raised in
Chicago.
Chicago. And that's where I stopped. That's where I stopped being a fan.
Okay.
When I was, I think 13 and definitely 16, I decided I was no longer going to get emotionally involved in this match. That's why I became a cold-blooded, mercenary sports writer. So basically, what I care about is the story. This is over, on to the next. But I could tell that you really are kind of somewhat emotionally invested in that.
Yeah, the Knicks growing up.
Not me. Not me.
Yeah, you know what? You're a smart man. But definitely the Knicks, one team who I grew up rooting for, who I've not seen win a championship. Giants, I've seen win 4. Yankees, 5. Knicks, nothing. And the city has not seen them win 1 in 52 years. So, Bill, we're going to leave it at that. And anything else you want to say?
It's over.
Hopefully, we'll be back here for a game 5. We'll see you all soon. Samori, Benjamin, Bill Rhoden. Have a good night, y'all.